Hi, K117. This week for um, LGBT Pride Month, which is June, we're going to be reading all books about different types of families and different types of kids around those issues. So, this book we've read before. We actually had the author come to our school. Kyle Lukoff is the author, if people remember that. And the illustrator is Kaylani Juanita. So, yeah, I'm going to read this and then you can review the book if you want. You could also talk about the characters, what they're like. Okay, here we go. Oh. When Aidan was born, everyone thought he was a girl. His parents gave him a pretty name. His room looked like a girl's room, and he wore clothes that other girls liked wearing. But as Aidan got bigger, he hated the sound of his name. He felt like his room belonged to someone else, and he always ripped or stained his clothes accidentally or on purpose. Everyone thought he was just a different kind of girl. Some girls had rooms full of science experiments and bug collections. Lots of girls didn't wear dresses. But Aidan didn't feel like any kind of girl. He was really another kind of boy. It was hard to tell his parents what he knew about himself, but it was even harder not to. It took everyone some time to adjust, and they learned from a lot of other families with transgender kids like him. So again, transgendered means like gender is like boy or girl, how you feel. And transgender is when, let's say you're born, the doctor says, or your parents say, oh, this is a girl. And your family maybe raises you as a girl. Or if the doctor and your family say this is a boy, they raise you as a boy. But then as you grow up, maybe the person feels like, actually, I feel more like a girl and I am a girl. I'm not a boy, even though the doctors thought that. Um, so yeah, we'll go over that definition again. But yeah, so this is so Aidan is transgendered. When he was born, they said he was a girl, but that's not how he really felt. And so he made the choice because it's his body and his life that actually he is a boy and will be a boy and wants to dress like a boy, be a boy, and is a boy. Okay. Aidan explored different ways of being a boy. He tried out lots of names until one stuck. They changed his bedroom into a place where he belonged. He also took much better care of his new clothes. Then one day, Mom and Dad had something to tell him. I'm going to have a baby, Mom announced. A baby, Aidan said. Does that mean I get to be a big brother? Of course, said Dad, ruffling his hair. Aidan thought being a big brother was an important job for a boy like him. He wanted to make sure this baby would feel understood right away. They needed baby clothes, so Aidan and his mom went shopping. There were so many choices. Would the baby like seahorses or penguins? Are you having a boy or a girl? Asked the lady. Aidan didn't like when people asked if he was a boy or a girl, and he hoped the baby couldn't hear yet. He was glad when Mom smiled and said, I'm having a baby. The baby's room needed to be painted, so Aidan and his dad went to the hardware store. Dad chose a gallon of sky blue paint, and Aidan added puffy white cloud. Are you excited for your new brother or sister? Asked the paint guy. I'm excited to be a big brother, Aidan said. The paint guy looked confused. Aidan could tell that he wanted to ask a different question and was glad to have his dad there. The big rollers were fun to paint with. This room feels just like being outside, Aidan exclaimed. He had always felt trapped in his bedroom before they fixed it, but his new siblings wouldn't have to feel that way. You're right, said Dad. Let's make some shapes in the clouds. Every baby needs a name. Aidan loved getting to choose his own, but he remembered that it had been hard for his parents to let go of the name that they first gave him. He looked for names that could fit this new person no matter what they grew up to be. So he's thinking of names that wouldn't necessarily be like a girl name or a boy name, but that it could be a name for either a girl or a boy, depending on what the baby decided they were. Well, when, as they get older. Babies need someone to read to them, so Aidan practiced and practiced and practiced. Dad wanted to teach Aidan how to change diapers. Maybe later, said Aidan. He decided that picking flowers for his mom was more important than learning how to change stinky diapers. Oh, 2 weeks before the baby's due date, Aidan started to worry. Maybe he should have picked different clothes. The blue walls might be too bright. He wished he could ask the baby which name they liked best. Oh, Mom came to tuck him in. Are you feeling okay, sweetie? She asked. Aidan put his hands over where he thought the baby's ears would be. Do you think the baby will be happy with everything? He whispered. I don't want them to feel like I did when I was little. But what if I get everything wrong? What if I don't know how to be a good big brother? Mom hugged him tight. When you were born, we didn't know you were going to be our son. We made some mistakes, but you helped us fix them. And you taught us how important it is to love someone for exactly who they are and want to be. This baby is so lucky to have you, and so are we. The next morning, Aidan found the box of his old baby pictures. He looked so different back then. It hadn't been easy, but he liked the boy he was growing into. Maybe everything wouldn't be perfect for this baby. Maybe he would have to fix mistakes he didn't even know he was making. And maybe that was okay. And here they're having a baby shower. It's a baby. Aiden knew someone, Aiden knew how to love someone, and that was the most important part of being a brother. So it's a baby shower where they're celebrating that they're having a baby. Has anyone ever been to a baby shower? The end. And this is the author's note. So the author of the book, Kyle, this is about them. And it says from the author, Kyle, when I was born, everyone thought I was a girl. But my story is very different from Aiden's. I don't have a little sibling, but I do have a big brother. I liked wearing dresses, and it took me much longer to discover that I was a boy. Of course, some of the parts of my story are very much like Aiden's. That might be true for you too. If you're a kid who is transgender like Aiden, or transgender but not like Aiden, I'm hoping this story helps you understand what you're feeling and helps you talk about it if you're ready. You might also feel like Aiden in other ways. He knows what it's not like to quite belong, and you might feel that way sometimes too. People don't always see Aiden how he wants to be seen, and you might know what that feels like. Maybe you're worrying about making mistakes. Aiden is a transgender kid, but he's also just a kid, just like you. Life for Aiden and for all different kinds of kids will be full of growth and change. You'll always be learning new things, making mistakes, and learning from your mistakes. I don't know what the future holds for him, but I hope he lives in a world that supports and believes in him. Thank you for helping to create that world where people can be who they want to be. Thanks.